Welcome to Holding Space. Michael Zen is a visual producer and creative photographer using his imaginative visionary energy to channel Zen and hold space for spiritual and innovative discussion. Each episode creates a supportive, accepting, and open environment that allows exploration and expertise to come together with engaging and entertaining convergence. With guest and community all helping the shape of the way, Michael is grateful to be together to hold space. Now here is your host of Holding Space, Michael Zen.
Yes, I am here, and you are here. We have made it together to hold space once again. This is the second installment of Holding Space. I'm super excited to be here on the Sacred Spiral Network, as well as a bunch of other destinations. My live stream of consciousness channel brought my audience with me to a new place, the Sacred Spiral Network. Kelly Brickle, thank you so much for inviting me into your community and producing the show for me. It's an interesting role reversal. I'm usually doing this from behind the scenes, and now I've got a place, Holding Space, my second favorite place. Now I have two favorite places to be during the week. It's Tuesday, January 14th. I also host a show on Thursdays called the Live Stream of Consciousness on my own network and channel. And that's my other favorite place. I see Helen Wagner out there. Thank you. My voice is so much nicer than an AI voice. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's interesting you're saying that. I see Brian Lar out there as well. What's up? Hey, kids. I see Janice out there. Hey, Grace. She's saying, Grace isn't on yet. She will be soon. But Helen, it's interesting that you're talking about AI. I have been playing around with the AI and having so much freaking fun. I know there's a lot of doubts and fears, and some people don't like it, and some people love it. I happen to be really enjoying it. And one of the things I've been doing, hello, Debbie O, welcome. One of the things I've been doing is creating music. And I created a theme song for the live stream of consciousness, which I really dig. And I've been using that this year. But I also created a theme song, or I was trying to create a theme song for Holding Space. Now it's just a Holding Space song. So I'm just going to share that really quickly with you guys. The software that I've been playing around with is called Suno. It's actually free. You can use it for free for a couple of generations of some music, and you get to play around with it. I bought a subscription because I'm really having a lot of fun. I've been doing a lot of stuff with it, but basically I had the AI write the music and write the words on this one. This one is called Holding Space. Check it out. I'm going to play it right now.
We're gathered here to listen close, no rush, no race. Each voice a story untold in this sacred place. From heart to heart and face to face, we're holding space, we're holding space.
Pretty cool.
In every word, a world
Well, the thing I love about what it's doing is it's really like
with every
doing production, it's writing verses and choruses. It's for somebody who's a musician, it's doing some pretty incredible things, and love it. We're holding space, just you and me, a place to share and just to be. The voice is echoing in me. We're holding space, so wild and free. I love it. Amazing stuff. So I just wanted to share a little bit about that with you. I'll put it in the links so that you guys can go and actually check out my stuff. So it's like almost like when you make a profile, then any of the songs and any of the stuff you use, other people can browse and check it out. So I'll put that in the links later so you guys can check it out. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, welcome once again. So a little bit of business before I bring on my guest. I'm so excited. People I love. I get to hold space for them and spend time with them. Grace Grella is going to be my guest. But before I bring her on, I just wanted to remind you guys to interact with the algorithm a little bit, tickle it, let it know that we're here, hanging out, holding space. Hashtag live if you're watching live, hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. Thumbs up, thumbs down, share. If you share it, then it shows up on your social and somebody who might be interested in gets to see it. That's how I actually got connected with Sacred Spiral. Debbie Romero happened to be watching my show, and she invited and shared, and she's one of those souls. It's so easy to do these days when you're watching stuff and enjoying it, to just click and share. So I see Tim showed up as well. What's up, Tim Lawrence? I'm just talking about you today with Jesse. What a great soul you are, surrounded by great souls. Speaking of great souls, my guest tonight is somebody who I have dubbed the happiest psychic medium on the internet. I love that because she certainly is. We are doing a show, the Grace Grella Show. She comes from a history of doing a psychic medium call-in show, old school, on public access TV. And I was watching some of the videos. Maybe I'll share them. I'm going to share her website and stuff. But it was just so cool to see. She's a wonderful, wonderful psychic medium and amazing person to be around. And I can't wait till she warms up the screen right now. Welcome to Holding Space. What's up, Grace Grella?
Hey, Michael Zinn.
How you doing, my friend?
Good. Space with grace. I like it.
Yeah, I'm holding Grace tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Angelo, I see Angelo out there. What's up, Angelo? He says he loves the song references from Grace. Anytime you're talking to Grace Grella, she's getting messages in the form of music and lyrics and rock and roll, and she'll say something, then she'll come back at you with the name of a song, and you'll be like, wow, and it'll just fit. The vibe is perfect. So thank you, Angelo, for bringing that. And medium Jennifer Rose is out there. What's up, Jennifer Rose? Good to see you.
Hi, hey, Grace. Jennifer Rose.
Can't wait to hear what messages you have for us today. Ooh,
hey, Debbie.
Grace may have some messages for us. I'm actually holding space for Grace, so I would love to talk to you about Grace Grella for a little bit before we ask you to share your gifts. But I would also love you to share your gifts, of course.
Of course. That's what I'm here for.
I want to talk about your amazing journey. Like I said, I was watching today. Let me go ahead and just I want to just change this to the other thing I wanted to share, which was your website. So it's gracegrella.com. I'm going to share that, and I'm going to share that banner for that too at the bottom of the screen so you guys can see where to go. If you are enjoying Grace's vibe as the show goes, you'll start to get to know her and love her. If you don't know her and love her already, this is where you find more about her. This is where you can see her show, old episodes, and find more about her, and actually even book her for a personal reading and spend some time with her. So I just wanted to bring that up really quick. But you've been doing this for a long time, and I was watching one of the episodes of your show, and it just brought back so many memories of just the time itself, right? So time right now, the time we're living in right now, everything's so different.
Yeah.
I do the Grace Grella Show with you. It's a live broadcast just like this. It's a call-in show. We try to emulate that old school feel, but when I was watching it, I couldn't help but be brought back to just a much different time. I want to say a simpler time, but maybe, who knows if it was simpler, but it just felt different. It felt
yeah, that's true. A different vibe, different energy. It's like, as you're speaking and saying this, Michael, I flash back to the Donahue's show, and he'd say, "Caller, are you there?" And he was the original, talk show host that had the interactive telephone line happening. He was the first.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool. And I love doing it with you. It's just so great. And Brian says, I love the Grace Grella Show.
I love you, Brian. Thank you.
I see some people saying hello, Myra, and I see Michelle from Kansas. Hello from Kansas. How are you doing tonight? How are you doing? How's Kansas tonight? Good to see people from all over in the house. And you know what? I just want to take a quick moment and focus love and focus healing and safety and support for all of our friends on the West Coast who are going through the fires right now. It's pretty crazy to watch what's going on. But Grace, you and I were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
Like, look for the heroes in times like this. It's so great to see the news clips.
And the helpers. Fred Rogers would say, "Look for the helpers."
Look for the helpers. That's what I meant. The helpers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been seeing some great videos of like Costco centers where they've just set up, you can go there and get food and supplies, and people are just, everybody's helping everybody. So it's
goodness and humanity around the world is showing up and showing out. I mean, when I saw it's all over social media about the South African firefighters coming over and flying to Canada to then come help with the fires, and Canada, Mexico sending the air scooper planes that bring some water,
helicopters. Yeah. It's great. It's really great. And that's what I think the world needs right now, is to come together in that way, to just show that it's the people.
Jackie D. Shannon. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. There we go.
There you go. There's your lyric, Angelo. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Yes, it does. The goodness of humanity is very real, and that's I'm really happy about that. Again, it's tough to say in the time of this, but I'm really happy because of all of the election season and everything, all of the energy that's really been very, very tense. When you see people sharing and helping each other, it really makes you feel.
Well, it's about refocus. Let's talk about it. I mean, let's talk about what's really important here on the planet is love and helping one another,
and making sure your brother is okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Come on, people, now smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now.
She's on fire. So let's get back to you. Let me hold the space for you. How long have you been doing this?
Oh, honey. It's been a minute. Well, since I'm 7 and now I'm ancient, so it's all about, but what I've found is that everybody on this planet has the capacity and the ability, just on different levels, just like everybody can play music, but not everybody is, concert hall pianist, what I mean? But it's all about doing what you, whatever you're blessed with, use what you have with where you are and where you're at, and make a difference and share and be of service and, really shine your light and lift people up. We're all here to lift people up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if it's just a smile. It doesn't have to be, the big showy, I'm donating $50 million to California, although that's very nice,
Of course.
Love makes the world go round, but money does grease those wheels. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bing. So it could just be, I sent money. I only had a few extra dollars, but I sent it to the Red Cross, so that they could put it where it's needed, or the rescue animals, all those poor animals out there. It's the helpless, the ones that are just devastated. And it's, you can't really absorb all that energy and not be affected, even if you're just watching it on TV. So like people like you with so much love in your vibe and your energy, Michael, for you to be on the planet and just bringing it up so that everybody can focus and send out their love too. What a gift that is, honey bunny. So I'm so happy to be holding space with you here.
Thank you.
What a privilege. So
Thank you.
it's let's get jiggy with it. We can do it. We can make it happen.
Absolutely. Well, I love the way that you put it, and I love what you said. So let's talk about that for a minute. You said everybody can tap into their intuitive abilities, and just like everybody can play music. And I think, that's a true statement, right? Not everybody can play music because they don't practice.
Listen, I can play chopsticks, but I'm not John Baptiste.
Right.
Okay?
But what
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is this: if music was something that drew you to it, you would practice it and you would get good at it. So your psychic intuitive gifts is something that drew you, and you practiced it. You practice, and that's why you're good at it. I think that. So you had said, I'm taking that from, you said you think everybody's born with it, and I agree with you. We all.
Oh yeah,
Everybody, I
totally.
think everybody's born with the set of, you can do anything that you want. You can do
That's
anything you
right.
set your mind
Unlimited.
to.
Unlimited.
Absolutely. So I think it's just, some people are fortunate like yourself and like musicians that they find something that they're like, "Ooh, I like this. I'm going to spend my time. I'm going to spend my energy doing this, and I'm going to get good at it." And Brian's favorite word, practice. It's so true. And
Yeah.
practice what you preach. That's such a great saying. It's practice is the act of doing. Practicing is doing. And I think that's what we all need to do is just do what feels
because you
good.
focus and you put your energy towards it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's,
absolutely.
if focus on the fabulous. That's my new
Absolutely.
mantra. Focus on the fabulous. All right. Don't let, the negativity bring you down. Be gone. You have no power here. All right. It's about spreading that light, spreading that love.
Yeah.
Envisioning everybody healed and uplifted and building back bigger, better than ever. And it really shifting and making a difference around the world, which it already is.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a time for, and it's the time of Aquarius anyway. I mean, astrological, we have all the planets lining up, doing the lineup.
Yeah.
Like the Rockettes, they're all lining up, babe, for the show. Okay,
ready for the big show.
Yep, really big show, like Ed Sullivan.
Totally.
So it's the whole universe is infusing and sending us the energies and the frequencies we need to transform and really make a better world. You can do it. You just have to get on that frequency, right?
Yep. Focus on the fabulous.
Yes.
Love it.
Glad you're vibing with that, Jennifer.
And Michelle says I should use my gift more, but it freaks people out. So, and Helen says, like, speaking a second language, exactly. Practicing. That's the only way you're going to get good at something, is by actually doing it. Excuse me.
Sure.
Let me just wet my whistle here. But I want to get back to you. I'm trying to hold space for you. I love that I love talking about love and energy and infinite possibilities. But I want people to know who Grace Grella is. So you said 7 years old. 7 years old. You've been doing this since you're 7. So tell us about what it's like for a 7-year-old to discover that they're a psychic medium. How did you figure that one out?
Well, when I was 7, I had 3 near-death experiences. As a child, I had osteomyelitis, which is a disease of the bone marrow. And so I had 3 major operations. With each operation, they lost me for a certain amount of time. And so I had the near-death experiences that everybody, God bless, to the truth, that everybody who goes through it or experiences it has, but in different variations where you find yourself on the other side and it's like, wow, this is awesome. I don't want to go back, but you realize, your soul realizes, I got work to do. J-O-B, work, take care of business. So it's your awareness of the expansiveness of and the beauty of the universe, and that it's just, you can't really articulate it. It's something that you have to experience and feel for yourself, which you can. You don't even have to go through the near-death experiences to do it. You could do it through meditation and spiritual practices and whatever. But I had my meet and greet with God. Absolutely. And
but at 7 years old, so I'm sorry to interrupt, but my question is, at 7 years old, an experience like that, did you I'm guessing you did understand it because you came out of it?
Because as a child, it wasn't, the socialization process hadn't shut me down yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. When you go, and I went to parochial school, so Sister Margaret Mary is like this was like taboo,
Sure. Yeah.
But it's which to me is so silly, because in Christianity all they talk about are the prophets, and
Right.
delivering
Right.
messages from above with love and blah blah blah, so it's
Right.
I didn't see a conflict of interest. But wait, it all comes from the source. So what's the problem here? I
Right.
don't see a
Right.
problem. So it's when you get involved with religion and dogma and this and that, and everybody, no, I'm right, no, you're wrong, and that all that silliness, it's we're as the song lyric says, we're in this love together. We got the kind that lasts forever.
Cool. I
That's
like that
what
one,
it is.
yeah.
God is love. So just a little FYI. So it's
Yeah.
like aspiring to reach that frequency, and we get glimpses of it while we're here on the planet. I mean, I'm sure you're on the frequency with Janice, because you two have such fabulous love vibes for each other. When
We
you
do.
have that, and it opens up your heart chakra, you get a glimpse, and it's, whoa, this is awesome. I like this, and but to sustain it and to be in that energy space 24/7, it's very difficult to accomplish and achieve. I'm not saying that maybe maybe the Dalai Lama could do it. Maybe maybe there's a guru in the Himalayan mountains that can do it. Maybe to have that kind of discipline and focus to push the ego out of your consciousness.
Yeah.
You'll have to talk about that on your show on Thursday night one time. The
Okay.
live consciousness, but it's like when you can step back and allow the universe to work through you. That's where the magic happens.
Yeah. Michelle's got to get back to work. She enjoyed listening. She'll watch the rest later. Thank you for being here.
Michelle,
I
thanks for
appreciate
tuning
you
in.
coming by,
Sweetheart,
just to
thanks,
stop
love.
by even. Yeah, totally. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I agree. And what you said about love and in a relationship, there are moments where Janice and I actually we kind of step back and we take a moment to be aware of what it is that we're feeling, right? Just being around each other, and
it's beautiful. And it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
and it's like, wow, what a gift this is, right?
Yeah. And I have said to her, like, it's such a specific feeling, and it is a feeling that is very close to source, right? It's like that unconditional love.
It's close, but it's like if you amplified that a million times, then you might get a slight little taste of what it's like in heaven or on the other side.
Right. Okay? Exactly.
So it's if that's the segue you need as humans, if you need to have something solid, concrete, to experience the energy of the frequency, the love for another person, ultimately the love for yourself, because the kingdom of God is within you, in your heart chakra. So it's when you go inward, happiness is an inside job, and when you connect to source and experience that love, woo, baby, then it's then it's Shangri-La, then it's nirvana. It's everybody can aspire to do this. It's all about dedication, like you said, practice. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Either you're a prodigy or you practice, right?
Right.
So it's whether it's through intention, focus on the fabulous. Input all good things into your consciousness. You can't. Well, it's difficult. I won't say. I don't really like the word "can't." It's difficult to achieve happiness if you're in the energy of misery. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to surround yourself with things or music or energy that evokes that love or that peace and calm within you, so that you can connect to it.
Hmm.
Right. So, and that's really going to open you up. And that's where all the answers are. And that's what I tell everybody. Look, I don't mind being your satellite dish. If you got a
Yeah.
little static going on your line there, I'll
Right.
happen to your line and give you the info. I'll give you 411. I love doing that. So but it's even more gratifying to me when I see someone doing it and experiencing it for themselves,
Yeah.
and like, wow, this is pretty cool,
Yeah.
and once you experience it, it's like you keep pursuing it. It's like, ooh, let me try again, or let me see if I can get it to another level, or yeah, that's really cool that I got to talk to your grandmother or your mother or your father,
Mhm, mhm.
and here's looking at you, kid. Humphrey Bogart. Did your father like Humphrey Bogart movies?
My father?
Yeah. Here's looking at you, kid, and I keep seeing the Maltese Falcon.
It's possible he did like old stuff. I don't remember specifically Humphrey Bogart movies, but
Did he have two brothers?
my father did have two brothers. Yes.
Okay, all right. He's on the line here. So your father with his two brothers, and like they could have been. Your father's laughing. He said they should have been the original uh, uh, uh,
Three Stooges.
Marx Brothers. No,
Oh
the
yeah.
Marx Brothers. Or the Three Musketeers, or the Three Stooges, or he's like giving threes. Okay,
Okay.
like the three of them together could. Boy, could I do stand up? You know what I mean? Like, he had a really good sense of humor.
Mhm.
Okay. And also, was he a fan of Mel Brooks?
Yes, I would say definitely a fan of Mel Brooks for
Okay,
sure.
because he keeps showing me History of the World movie when Mel
Okay.
Brooks says it's good to be the king.
Yes.
Your father's saying that. It's good to be the king,
Yes.
So okay.
Nice.
And
I love it.
he's so it's things like this. I don't mind being the communicator or the assistant, because he says sometimes you're so busy creating and being creative that you're not tuned into him specifically.
Mm.
So he's taken advantage of the fact that you're holding space with me tonight and I can hear him.
Wow.
And relay the message. All right. So I'm your
Interesting.
father's secretary tonight, apparently. Okay.
I love it. I love it. And you know what? I have to tell you, and I didn't discuss this with you and whatever. Today is actually the anniversary of my father's death.
Oh, wow. No wonder
Yeah.
he's coming through loud and clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there
And
are no coincidences. Everything is synchronistic in the universe, right?
I believe that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
your father arranged all this. It's like happy anniversary to me, I'm hearing in my head,
That's awesome. That's awesome. My sister had posted a bunch of photos, and it was really amazing to look at them. And I think I want to say for the first time. It probably wasn't for the first time, but it was just this, I guess, this fresh connection with looking at the photos and actually seeing my own reflection in my father, or my father's
Yeah.
reflection in me, or whatever it might have been, just in like physicality, like the shape of his face and some of his like smile and some of that, but just I don't know, it was just awesome to look at
Was
these
there a
pictures.
anybody in a retail connected to your dad that was in shoes, involved with like a shoe salesman or designer? Something to do with shoes in Italy?
I'm trying to think. Or
All right, just remember that. Just
I
remember
will
that.
remember that. But
He doesn't want
why I don't.
to hijack your show, other than the fact that he's making a cameo appearance, he said, to
Awesome.
let you know how much you're loved, and he's very proud of you. And he wanted to. He said you needed to hear that tonight. Okay, because he said there were times where you felt the communication wasn't what you wanted it to be, or you didn't pay attention when he said, "I love you." you know, like, I love you, kid, or, you know, and it's like, you were like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course you're going to say that to me, you know, blah, blah, blah. Or you didn't take it seriously, he said.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Wow.
And he said, but he's embracing you and telling you how much he loves you. And he says he knows you're listening because it's coming from someone else other than him. And he laughs. He says, well, you know, a conduit, at least, you know, through somebody else. Still coming from him, he said. Okay.
Wow. Somebody who I trust, and wow. Yeah.
So, you know, wow, I'm very blessed that, you know, he trusts me to do that for you. And well, he know, yeah. He's saying in my head, yeah, but I know you care about my son and you want the best for him. So it's like, that's why he trusts me to do it for you, he said. And he doesn't trust too many people. He didn't trust too many people, he says. And he said, but rightfully so. He says, oh, could I tell you stories? You know, like that. So, but he's very proud of you. He's very happy for you. And he feels that this is a platform that is really going to allow you to soar with your talent and your gifts and your abilities. And he's with you every step of the way, honey. Michael, really, you know, he really is.
That means so much, Grace. Thank you so much. I hadn't really even thought of that until now, and that does mean a lot. And I have been really, really excited about this and what's happening. You know, with everything around me. You know, like the not only that, but Janice and I have been talking a lot about the collective energy, right? Because I think that's off the charts right now. The collective energy is off the charts, but so as individuals, you know, we have our own energy, and I guess as spiritual kind of people, we're aware of that, and we're always kind of like keeping it in check. But in a time like now, when the collective energy is off the charts, it's kind of like you really got to like check in and like and make sure what's going on. But with all of that that's going on, I feel so positive about excuse me. I got these tickles tonight. I feel so positive about 2025 and just I want to say the future, but I'm really careful with words and thoughts and what they mean. So I'm really excited about now. I'm really excited about now, like this moment right here, Grace. You and me, you know, like this has been coming for a while. You know, we've been working together, and I think we've been talking about this kind of stuff and like what's happening. And yeah, man, my superpower is this: holding space and connecting people together. So all you people in the audience, I see the numbers up there: 25, 27 people, 30 people. It's going up and down. Thank you so much for coming and joining this moment with Grace and myself, and just participating in a collective. I think that we need to get back to realizing that we're all brothers and sisters, you know, and that we all, you know, when we do love each other, when you find people who are operating from the heart and love, you know it, you feel it. And Grace, that's just been from day one when we met, that's just been the theme of our relationship. You know what I mean? You're like the biggest cheerleader. I'm your biggest cheerleader. I love, you know, telling people about you. That's why you're on my second show, you know, because I was like, I know who
as astrologers would say, we're in mutual reception. You know, it's like right back at you, babe. You know, it's when you meet someone who understands and is on your frequency, it's a blessing, and you're a blessing, and your blessing. That's why your father had to come through to you tonight to let you know that he sees. I see you. You know, it's like he's so proud of you and using your gift and your ability to lift others, and that's what you do. So, you know, you are blessed, Michael, and you know, you keep on keeping on.
Thank you. And I see this message has popped up. Nancy, hi everyone, popping in for healing from all your superpower people. Hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. That's the point kind of that I'm talking about, right? It's some simple philosophies. I think, Grace, we always talk about this, the simplest philosophies, right? Like even from just take a deep breath and count to
Yeah.
5, right? And
Yeah.
even that is like so simple, but the idea of like a cliche, something like we're all in this together, right? It sounds like it's just a saying, but if you think about what it means, that one to me is so important,
Oh,
because
yeah.
we're
You know,
all
you
in
can
this
take it to the
together.
next level and start talking quantum physics, but we don't want to go there tonight. What we're saying is we're all connected. We don't even have to be Italian, bada bum. So it's like bada bing, bada boom. We're all family, la familia. We're all part of each other energetically, and that's what you're referencing, and that's so true. And when people feel that, and that's what's so great about your show, all they have to do is just listen and watch, and the energy is going to be healing and uplifting.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
even if they don't get singled out for specific reading or this, that, the other, they're still benefiting because they're getting your energy,
Yeah.
which is healing.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
It's
you. And
like
yours too.
fabulous.
And yours too. And that's why I bring these kind of people together for the like amplified energy. I
Mhm.
have a question that just popped up. That's an interesting one.
Sure.
The question is, may I ask a sensitive question? What happens to those who commit suicide? I only ask because of my son. I'm sorry that your son committed suicide, but that's a good
Jennifer,
question.
first and foremost, um, that loss of a child, I'm adding it on my prayer chain. That's something that no one should ever have to experience. I'm sorry that you had to experience that. Um, it's it's such a weighted issue, because especially when it comes to suicide, it's not that your son died because of an illness or this, that, or whatever. It's like, well, in a way it was, because he had mental illness. He wasn't in his right mind. Now, was he a teenager when he committed suicide, sweetheart? Jennifer, was your son like 18, 19, like when he died, when he committed suicide?
All right, I'm getting into some energy now.
Because usually what happens is, the angel helpers on the other side greet them, and like it's all about love and let's forgiveness, and let's build you up and get you out of that energy space so that you can reflect and cleanse and heal your energy of your soul. Okay. A lot of people, they call it school on the other side. It's like, they're going to school now. Okay, so now that's funny. I worked for them, La Familia. See that? Okay, so
Whoops, sorry.
yeah. Okay. Well, there's always a reason that I'm given information to speak, because it's going to resonate with somebody, whether it's the song lyric or whatever. Yeah, Helen's such a sweetheart. What a compassionate, empathetic soul Helen is. It's know that your son's energy. Oh, see, he was my son-in-law was 20. I was right. Nice job. Okay. He only looked, even though chronologically he was 20, he looks in my head like 18, 19. Okay. Which is pretty close to 20. Okay. I don't have a measurement in my head, but okay. So what happens is that compassion and love for the soul who takes their life, it's like they go right away to heal and uplift and get this soul to realize how precious. It's like the movie "It's a Wonderful Life." Frank Capra's movie "It's a Wonderful Life," when Jimmy Stewart was contemplating suicide, and then the angel comes down. Clarence the angel comes down to show him how beautiful his life really is, even with all the trouble or worry or situations that were going on. And it's so poignant because your son is still with you and trying to atone for. It's almost like the lack of understanding is the way he's saying it to me. Like he didn't fully comprehend and understand. He was overwhelmed emotionally. And emotions are very powerful, as we all know.
Sure.
And he couldn't take it anymore. It's like I feel he's giving me that energy of the disconnect, where it's like I can't take it anymore. And so he's asking for forgiveness, Jennifer. Yeah, of course it's a rough situation for you, love. The whole thing was, he realizes that it was a selfish act on his part, because he wasn't thinking of everybody else or how anybody else was going to feel or take this situation. He just wanted out. He wanted out of his pain and his anguish. All right. And so he said, please forgive him for that. And pray for him. That's what he wants you to do. He wants you to pray for him, because prayer it's like energy that builds you up on the other side.
Sure.
And that forgiveness, that remind him of how much he's loved. And
absolutely.
And that you're aware that his energy is with you. And I'm not forgetting about you. I'm praying for you. I'm rooting for you. I know you're going to accomplish what you need to be at peace.
Yep.
Okay. Because that's the most important thing, to be at peace.
Sure.
And he will be. I really think he will be. And who was connected to him? Who was William or Bill or Billy?
Ooh.
Jennifer?
We got some messages coming through. So Jennifer, we're looking for a Will or a Billy connected. I love
and this would be somebody that would be like a contemporary to him, like somebody like a brother, or a friend that was like a brother. I know in today's vernacular, you say, hey, bro, to almost everybody you meet, right? But energetically, he gives me this feeling like this was somebody that either he hung out with, or was friendly with, or worked with maybe, or I don't know. The proof that everything that I'm saying to you is coming from him is going to come through this you running across this person, William or Bill or Billy, and him mentioning that they were friends, or they knew each other, or whatever. Like Vegas wouldn't put odds on this happening. Okay.
Awesome.
Like, it's like showing up and showing out. It's I always ask them for validation for the individual, because I'm a believer. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Yeah, I believe. I do believe in spooks. I do. From the Wizard of Oz. It's for the person who's receiving the information, so that they know it's the real deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's always, if you ask them for a sign,
it's my favorite.
He said, please keep speaking to him out loud. He loves when you do that.
Ooh.
All right. And he said, there's also something this sounds so silly, but I keep seeing Heineken, a bottle of Heineken beer. So I don't know if he was a beer drinker or what the deal is with that, but I see that. And within 2 weeks, he's saying that within 2 weeks, this person's going to, funny,
Wow.
Vegas, born and raised here in Vegas, him too. And that's why he said Vegas wouldn't put odds on this. Okay, so see how they get information to you that's she could have said
I love that so much. The validations are so amazing, especially when they're like so off the wall. I love that. And I love what you said about forgiveness and almost like healing on the other side, because I know for me, there were some things in my relationship with my father that probably needed some healing and addressing. And I know when I came to realizations on this side after he passed about our relationship and the love that was there, when I said, oh wow, wait a second, there was this love there, I felt immediately him being healed that too, and feel oh yeah, there, and it was amazing to feel that healing on both sides, on the physical side and on his side.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why your father was so adamant that he had to come through for you, Michael.
Yeah.
Oh, Jennifer, it's my pleasure. God bless you, honey.
Yeah.
And it's, our loved ones will always try to assist in your healing. Like your dad's trying to get you to, with the reconciliation of, because sometimes maybe what we needed as individuals, they weren't capable of giving because of their individuality or the way they were raised or what they went through, or, everybody's got their issues and their stuff, right? So it's like the George Carlin routine about stuff. No matter where you go, you take a version of your stuff. Okay. So
Right.
it's, and he knew that there was this lingering resentment, your father says to you, about him and his non-expression of what you needed emotionally. And that's why he was asking for your forgiveness and letting you know that, he's looking at you, kid. I love you, So, and that he's so proud of you. OMG, like off the charts, Michael. And
Wow.
he's very happy that you found true love, he said, with Janice.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I think so.
So Jennifer says, I don't know about a bill, but I think, like Grace says, you will.
Yeah, you will.
And he says, but it's been 9 years and I haven't healed. To which Courtney says, 9 is a great number. Completion, Jen. I love the audience interacting with each other. I love the knowledge that everybody brings to the audience and to the chat room, because I do feel, part of the live stream of consciousness and even this show is that we all hold a piece to the puzzle, and the idea is to share those pieces and put them on the table so we can complete the puzzle and see the big picture and not.
Why do you say that, Michael? That's something I said to you the first conversation we ever had.
Really?
When I was a guest on your other show.
Oh wow, that's right. I do remember that.
The videotape and listen to it. I said the exact verbiage to you.
I do remember that. Listen, like minds think alike, brilliant
on
minds
the same frequency,
whatever that saying is.
Absolutely.
And Angelica's reminding me, she says, you two are awesome. Thank you. I would love to hear Grace's story. I have had several readings from her. She's amazing. So let's get back to your story for a little bit, because I do know there's 1 or 2 people out there who would love to get a reading. I'll bring their messages up, but I do want to get back to your story. So at 7 years old, you had a near-death experience. You had a few near-death experiences, you said.
Yeah, 3.
Over your life.
That's another very sacred number, 3.
Another sacred number,
Trinity.
3. Yeah.
And oi, oi, it's everybody has their story, their trauma that they had to grow through to fine tune their gifts or their awareness of their gifts. Everybody I know that's extremely gifted was brought to the awareness through trauma, whether it was near-death experience or a physical trauma, or and I could give so many examples of so many very, very gifted people. It's the yin for the yang. It's like the black and white cookie. Like that's maybe why they showed me that. Okay. It's recognizing that how can you perceive one without the other, and which is true, the light without the darkness. And it's in the darkness that the light shines its brightest, right? That's when we see the stars. Absolutely. So it's what I went through, and it wasn't easy, and it was not something I like to really like. I know Ilyana Van Sant says, well, once you talk about it and you don't cry anymore, then you know you're healed, right? Okay. But the reverberations of anybody who's experienced trauma, the reverberations of that can still linger in the bone marrow.
Sure.
So it's not something I like to evoke or reflect back on, to be honest with you. But just to know, I guess maybe someday, and I don't know, maybe someday I will write it all down. We'll see. Stay tuned. But I've been trying to do that my whole life and been hesitant to do so. Put it that way. Being different and being the outlier and being ridiculed, and there's a lot that goes with this ability. People think you're crazy.
Yeah.
You hear the Looney Tunes music in your head. But it's all about it's what kept my sanity, to be honest with you. When you go through the strength is smiling in the face of cruelty in this world. So when you can do that and you say, I'm the happiest person, that energy, I work at that. It's like, okay, got to rise above, got to not allow that to sink you in like quicksand. Don't focus on that. Don't give it any energy. And
well,
that's
the same thing I was saying. Same thing I was saying earlier. It's something you got to practice, right? You got to,
you're right.
And practice. Part of practice is intention. You're putting the intention in to do something specific and behave a certain way. So, that's one of the things I love about you is that your intention is so pure and you can feel it. It's amazing. I want to maybe embarrass you or maybe show you I'm proud of this. I want to present something here real quick. Where is it? Right here. Okay, let's pop this up on the screen. This is from the Grace Grella TV show, and I just want to play this real quick here.
Is that when you and Janice were my guest?
No, it's not our episode, but it's an episode. But this was right from the TV show. I will get to that one.
Welcome, everybody. It is so fabulous to have you all here at the Grace Grella Show. Hi, I am Grace Grella, your intuitive host. And as always, we're here because it's all about you and getting you into the positive zone. So if you have questions about your love life, your finances, your family, your friends, whatever it may be, call me. Don't be afraid you can call me. And tonight, it's me times 3. Woo! Me, myself, and I no longer. Now it's myself, Andrew Brewer, and Kathy Toll. We have such a fabulous studio tonight filled with energy and love, and it's going to be awesome. So if you're watching live and you want to call in, please do. Studio line number is 516-629-37.
So I just wanted to show that clip specifically because I felt like, man, the energy is still that. It's still bringing you to the positive zone. It's still love. It's still all about, caring and I don't know. Yeah. It's just amazing to see how authentic it is. And I loved looking back on the old school show. So anyway, there's a bunch of stuff going on in the chat, so I just want to catch up. People are sending love to Jennifer, and I love that always. And I see Debbie Romero is in the audience. What's up, Debbie Romero?
Debbie
showing up to the party. And I do see a bunch of people. Courtney, I love Courtney's wisdom. Grief has no time frame, but time does help heal the wounds. Love is the highest power. We are love. I love that. That's the message here at Holding Space and in general. There's a bunch of people who are, I think, eager to talk to you. So I'm going to try to pop those people's messages up and see what we can get here. Michelle Olivier happens to be the same name of the photographer who inspired the projector project, who I was showing last week. Danny Olivier is his name. But anyway, my husband passed away in 2023 and my father in 2011. I know how this story ends. That's why I picked this one. I met my husband after my father passed away. Do you know if they would have met in the spirit world? I'm asking because my husband said when he was alive that he wished that he would have met my father. He loved all the stories I told him about my father. My husband never had his father here.
Wow. Michelle Babel. Okay.
So,
And I'm hearing absolutely, and somebody else confirmed that for you. And for some reason, I'm seeing Christopher Allen in my head. Did you ever have a reading with Christopher Allen,
Oh, wow.
Michelle? If not, maybe you need to, because I'm feeling that his energy would connect with both of them for you for that validation. But I'm hearing that, yeah, the answer is yes. And also something to do with, what do I keep saying? Airplane wings. Like the not the physical airplane, like a pilot, like an somebody in the Air Force got wings, like Top Gun, and jets got wings, and but it's on the lapel. It's like two stripes in a V. I'm seeing that. Victory, double victory or something. I don't know. But I'm hearing the answer to your question is that you've already received validation that this is true. Either that they both come to you in your dream time, and you've had this dream, and then you're like, yeah, but is it real, or is it just wishful thinking or something, like you were doubting it? But you need not doubt that. It was like a visitation. That's what it's called when it's really happening. You're not imagining it in your head. It's a visitation, and that they both had like a raise a glass. I can't see it. Raise a glass, like they were
a toast. Yeah,
a toast.
Nice.
So that's the answer I'm getting to tell you, sweetheart.
Nice.
But in specifically, they must resonate with Christopher Allen's vibe or frequency, because it's almost like they're suggesting you contact him and make an appointment with him to talk to them.
Awesome. So I believe she's saying not that she can think of as far as answering if she had a reading with Christopher Allen. If you want, I can hook you up with Christopher Allen. He's amazing. He will definitely be a guest on this show. A very good friend of mine. But Michelle also says, I had a dream visit from my father a few months back.
Okay, so that's what he's validating, the visitation I was talking about.
Yeah.
So,
and I, you know, I gotta say, I mean, the reason that I said I know the answer to this story, I know how the story ends, is because, you know, being around psychics and spirits, you know, and that energy, I know what it's all about as far as like the connection and the collective and that love that you always talk about. And, you know, I know everybody, a lot of times, not everybody, but most of the times people want to know, you know, what's it like for that person on the other side? Have they healed, or, you know, like, have they met? You know what I mean? And the answer is inevitably yes, you know, and the answer is always good. Like it's that's the point of the other side, is that everything is.
Michelle, who's Robert connected to your dad?
Oh, we're looking for Robert. Connected to your dad, Robert, and I will get you Christopher Allen's context. I see she's saying Christopher Allen. I would love that. And
yeah,
Jennifer,
you're gonna love him. He's fabulous.
Jennifer is asking if you are from New York. She loves your accent.
Absolutely, I'm a Long Island girl, born in Glen Cove.
So Michelle says, in the middle of the night, I woke up and my father was sitting beside me. He called my name and kissed me on the cheek. What a great visitation that was.
Yeah. So those are the visitations that reverberate in our heart always, you know, and you can recall them, and you can treasure that and savor that, you know, and that's just your dad saying, I'm still around, you know, I might not be here physically, but I'm still here energetically, you know, and loving you, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Totally. I always love, you know, I mean, I talk about a lot about energy on the live stream of consciousness, and I always am fascinated by that idea that even you thinking about a loved one that's passed on is conjuring that energy. You're bringing that energy into the moment, into your presence, into
Absolutely. And that's what I love about the Jewish culture. They'll say, may that person's memory always be a blessing. So in other words, it's like they know, okay, you're evoking their energy and you know, us, and make it good, you know, and talk about the good times, talk about why you love them, focus on the again, my catchphrase, focus on the fabulous. Okay, focus on the fabulous people. So it's there for all of us. And I'm someone who truly believes that if you know, I just deliver the information. In other words, like they'll give me the imprint to say something like that. The one person says, "Oh, that's funny. We were both born in Vegas," or it's, you know, and you said Vegas, put odds on that and stuff like that. Oh,
So
good. I'm glad you talk to them every day, and that they're a part of your life, and you incorporate it, and you've made it normal. You know, it's part of your normal day. You know, and they always love that. They always want to be drawn in through your love, your memories, and they'll always get that. If you ask them for a sign, they'll give it to you.
Totally.
You know, if you ask whether it's a feather, whether it's finding money on the street, whether it's maybe the smell of their cologne, or whatever it is, it'll be something that triggers a memory that you go, oh, yep, that's my dad, or whatever. And also, there's something to do with I keep seeing horses and like horseback riding. So I don't know if that's something that you enjoy doing, honey, or that maybe he enjoyed horses or horseback riding. I don't know. Or horse racing even. But there's definitely, I'm seeing that as well. And he keeps showing me Christopher Allen's face. So for some reason, and I'm someone who will sing everybody's praises. That's part of my thing. It's like, I look at you and I see how good you are. I see where your talents are. And I try to build that up or encourage you to do that. And it's like, I experienced a reading with Christopher Allen, and it takes a lot to impress me, to be honest. And it's like, he rendered me speechless. And now to render me speechless takes a lot. He is phenomenal. What a gifted soul he is.
Truly, he truly is.
Too. He's such a good guy, too.
He truly is. I just posted his I'm still here.net is his website. I just posted that in the chat, so you guys can click on that. But I have a great question for you. Michelle, who we're talking to about her husband and her father meeting on the other side, she says, I want my husband to visit me. And I'm imagining that's a common desire of people who have someone pass on and they want them to visit. As a psychic medium, do you have any advice, or maybe like an exercise or something that somebody can do to maybe conjure a loved one, or somehow?
Well, there's no conjuring needed, sweetheart. It's like his energy, his essence, his love is always with her.
Okay.
She needs to just open up and allow it. All right. So in other words, to say, okay, really could use some cheering up today. You know, you want to let me know you're hearing me, that you're around. And you could be specific with them too. You can say, you know, I want to turn the radio on, and the song is going to be relevant to you and I, or the lyrics will be relevant to you and I. I mean, that's my thing. I mean, I get signs for music all the time. Or you could be watching TV, and the music in a TV commercial resonates and catches your attention. So it's about asking, you shall receive, and it's just being open to it, and just being aware that, you know, he is with you, darling. You just have to allow it.
Yeah.
And
Courtney just said the same thing. Ask him to visit you.
Yeah. Ask and you shall receive. And they'll come through absolutely for you.
Yeah.
Because he's already with you.
And so, Michelle, this goes back. I'm trying to catch up. There's a lot of people here tonight. Thank you guys for all coming. There's a lot of chat going on. But you were talking about a horse, and Michelle says, "I want to learn to ride a horse. I'm from Canada, home of the Calgary Stampede."
Oh, that's why he kept showing me the horse.
There you
Okay,
go.
all right. So it's like when be open and realize they'll give you images, or you'll get a thought that pops into your head, and just write it down, jot it down, and and let it be. So don't force it. I've found through experience that when we try to make something fit, it's like these the evil stepsisters in Cinderella. They're going to make that glass slipper fit in their fat foot, and it's not going to work, right? Okay, so it's like you don't want to do that. You don't want resistance. You just it should be slide on in. It's slide into those DMs. Dead people's messages. DMs are now dead people messages. Okay, so slide into the DM there.
Yes.
So it's about relaxing. It's about realizing they love you. They're with you. All right, please, I need you to give me that reassurance so that I know unequivocally. I mean, I have a sister. I love her. She's a Sag. God bless you, Bernadette Arnone. I know you're watching. She's a Sag, and she's very gifted herself, but it's like got to smack her like between the third eye before she acknowledges the sign. Okay, so that's why I'm in my family, because I'm the one that notices everything. Sometimes they may think I stretch it a little too much, but it is what it is. Okay, it's like once you believe in signs, you see them everywhere.
Yep.
And my mother used to say that to me. She said, "Grace, if you have faith, it's true. If you don't have faith and you don't believe, there's nothing anybody could say or do that's going to prove it to you." So, and that is correct. So it's about the individual's desire to hear from that loved one. Like, I need to hear from my dad. Come to me in my dream, Dad, or give me a shout out on the radio, or throw me a feather where it wouldn't be ordinarily found, or things like that.
Right.
Whatever you need, they'll supply to you.
Totally.
Yeah.
I agree. So we have to kind of wrap it up, but there's so much going on in the chat room that I want to address, because I love this going on. I see people supporting each other in the chat room and this great conversation. So first, let's finish up with Michelle, who says, I was told it wasn't healthy for me and that I should let them rest in peace, but I love talking with them. And you addressed that. You were talking about that as she was talking about that. And then she said, I sometimes feel like my hair is being touched. And then she says, I think I got a sign, but I wish I could see him like I saw my father. So her husband.
I heard you will, but it'll be in your dream.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And she wants to thank you for your words. And I thank you as well. Sweetheart. Yeah, that reassurance that they're always there is always great from somebody who you trust. But I also want to address Jennifer, who had the son who committed suicide.
Right.
There was a comment that she made. Excuse me while I try to scroll back here. The comment was about when he passed. Here it is. I think that my biggest issue is that my son didn't like me when he passed. That can be really difficult, right? Having a strained relationship and somebody passes. And I feel somehow guilty about it. I know he had serious mental issues, but still. And then I see Courtney and Jen kind of going back and forth, and Courtney says, Jen, when they pass, they have a chance to do a life review, and they'll view their actions through your eyes. He did not mean any of that. He did not know what was going on. Grace told you he loves you. So confirmation of your interpretation of how it all works, right? Of what happens when a soul passes on, and how they, now they get to see the big picture, that now suddenly they're connected to source. So everything.
Yeah, well, that's why he was apologizing to her.
Yeah.
It's he was so in his own head and in his own thought. He didn't realize how selfish it was.
And again, Grace, you're totally validating all of the comments. So Jennifer says, I appreciate it, Courtney. Thank you. I feel like maybe I wasn't important enough for him to consider me. And then Courtney responds with, but he just acknowledged you. Out of all the people here, he made sure you got a message. Take it and run with it.
Yeah, you
and it's so beautiful.
perfect, Courtney. Perfect. Hey, how come I can't see comments? I'm not seeing any.
You're not seeing the comments
No,
on the right hand side, or is
no.
it say comments, or does it say private chat? What do you?
Oh,
Maybe you're not.
that was the magic. That
There
was
you
you just
go.
the magic. Well, Spirit didn't want me to, apparently,
There you go.
right?
There was a lot. You get distracted easy by comments, Grace. So and there was a lot. There was a lot of comments going on.
Michael,
So
you are so on point with that, Michael. You're right. I would have been trying to answer everybody's question and instead of having my focus on you. And your
exactly.
father wasn't going to allow that. He wanted
Exactly.
you to have the focus, honey.
And then Michelle Olivier is saying, I'm sending everyone here all my love, and I hope you all have a wonderful night. Michelle, you win. You're tonight's winner. That is the purpose of the show, to send everybody here our love and hope that everybody has a wonderful night. So you're the winner. You figured out the secret word. That's the secret void.
Love. It's all about love.
Yes,
Love.
totally. And Courtney saying yes, now we know. Oh yes, you have to open the comments, now we know for the next show. Yes. No, I'll regulate the comments to Grace so that she can focus on everybody. Grace, you're amazing. I'm gonna have to have you back. I don't know if you are up for it. I know that there's no show coming on right after this or anything that's going to cut us off. So I know somebody else was looking for a reading. If you're still down for another reading.
Sure.
And let me just scroll back here to what it was. I believe that it was this person, Dilek Aktan. I would like a reading, if you will. And then there was
okay, Dilek, let me tell you how this rolls. You need to give me your birthday, month and day, please, and a question.
Just the month and the day and a question.
Yeah.
Helen is saying, love you both. Helen, that's a coincidence because we both love you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't believe in coincidences, so that's not a coincidence.
Helen's an earth angel, another gifted artisan.
Helen is an amazing earth angel. Absolutely.
Oh, Jennifer, you're welcome so much, love.
Yes, and Jennifer says she feels better. That's
awesome.
We did it. I love that. Yes, we love you, Jennifer.
Love and laughter, the two greatest healing energies in the universe. So, live, laugh, laugh, and love. Isn't that what the thing
totally
is?
So Dilek, if you are still here, I'll give you a couple of minutes. Oh, you're here and you're saying sure. 319. The question is, I would like to know what's up ahead of me and what do I need to be aware of.
Oh, that's a good Pisces question. Okay. Well, it's going to be a very, thank you, Brian, Laura. Sending you love you too. Okay, Dilek. I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. Something to do with a move. I'm seeing a moving truck. Yeah, I see that you're a Pisces. So you're on the frequency. You're naturally gifted. So, and the moon's nodes are shifting into Pisces and Virgo. That's a big deal for you. Okay. The North Node going into Pisces. That means a lot of awareness opening up for you, being the light for others and helping others. You're going to shine your light so that they can find their way in life. Do you counsel people yourself? Because I just feel that everybody comes to you like you're the shoulder to lean on kind of a vibe. There's a move, and I mean like a physical residence move, like where you're living, that you're going to be, it's going to happen this year for you. It's something positive, something you choose. I know it's kind of shaking me, but I'm ready to. Yeah. Okay. Well, because you're intuitive, you're aware. Nothing surprises you. You either dream it or you know it. You're very clear cognizant, where it's like you don't know how you know, you just know. Yeah. See, I am like that. I know. Yeah, I know. You know that. I know that. You know that. I know. Don't make me do Robert De Niro with you now. Okay. So you have that awareness. You have the ability to just know, and be at peace. Know that everything that's coming to you this year, it's like moving on up. to the east side, to that deluxe apartment in the sky. The
Moving
Jefferson
on up.
song music is going on in my head for you. So it's definitely onward and upward, an expansion on business. And do you have your own business? I see an incorporation seal. Oh, that's funny, Helen.
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay. Just know that there's going to be another business opportunity for you, because I see a business incorporation seal, and they show me the month of July connected to that. So money, cha-ching, lots of abundance and financial success for you this year. And also, oh, you do have logos and everything, but nothing really legalized yet. Well, that's what they're showing me. You're going to legalize it
together. It's ready to go.
All right. So the angels are on point here, babe. They're showing me this, and they're saying it's happening, and they show me the month of July, babe. So that's when it's all going to pull together for you, and it's going to be so successful. And it's like almost the energy I'm getting, love, is that you've been waiting your whole life for this. And finally it's arrived, and you get a little nervous in the service because it's like, it's here.
It's time. Time to go on.
Yeah. So it's going to be fabulous for you.
Awesome. This is great. Michelle, thank you so much. This warms my heart. I was feeling kind of sad before I started watching. After being here, I feel the love. My heart is warm. I'm no longer feeling sad. We did it, Grace.
Yay!
We did it. Thank you, all you beautiful people.
Oh, well, we're sending you that love, Michelle. We're happy that you're receiving it and embracing it and allowing it to lift you up, darling, because that's how it should be. Life as it should be, right?
A total reflection. Thank you for being here, Michelle. That's why you showed up, because
we're very blessed that you did. Everybody here that showed up tonight, it's
absolutely
all our energies combined. We're creating this love vortex here. It's awesome.
So I just also want to quickly address Tim. So Tim, he had mentioned it. I didn't get it, and it's way too far back to get to. But when we were talking about Jennifer's son and the suicide, Tim's daughter recently passed, and he was mentioning that. But this message, he just said this: I got a sign for my daughter. I was going through her stuff, which I was unable to do sooner as it was too painful. But when I did, I found a bracelet that said, "Where there's a will, there's a way." I forgot she used to wear that. What's crazy is I wrote a song a few years ago when I was in Brazil. Its title was
"Where there's a will, there's a way."
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Bada boom, bada bing, bada bing. Well, when spirit wants to get your attention, they will do it with a fanfare, to let you know that it's really them. And your daughter is such a special soul. And she's with you constantly, and I know you're aware of that. But right now, it's still too fresh. The pain is still too ouchy. It's still your grieving process. We all have to go through the different stages and allow this to yourself. You're kind of like cocooning and being a bit of a hermit, darling. Because it's just too painful. And no one can put words to losing a child, and it's my love and prayers are with you. I know your daughter's with you, and when you're ready to connect, she's going to be there loud and clear for you, honey.
Awesome. And I love, he says, I had been praying about which project to finish, and the message came through. They should finish that song. That's just perfect.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is perfect.
And Dialect says, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Grace. Truly. So
it's my pleasure, love. And you have to message Michael in July and with all the good news with this new business.
Definitely,
launching.
Yes. Keep us posted here.
Up and away.
Absolutely. So Grace, again, I love holding space for you. I love spending time with you. We are actually set to spend some time together. I believe January 30th is the next. I'm just looking at my calendar. Yep. January 30th, you can see Grace live on the Grace Grella Show on YouTube. and you can actually call in. We have the call-in show set up on the phone. Sometimes the chat is rough because I got to keep scrolling back and forth, but the phone is perfect. Grace loves to hear your voice and connect with your energy that way. So look for the Grace Grella show on
At
January
7 o'clock Eastern time, people.
7 o'clock Eastern time. Thank you for reminding me. And Dialect says, I will, even you will see me. I promise I will make sure you see me also. Awesome.
Yay.
And
Good,
Michelle
good. I'll
is
look forward to it.
marking
Oh,
it on
thank you,
her
Michelle.
calendar.
Thank you.
There we go. I think we did a great job tonight, Grace. We made some people feel good. We made some people smile, and we've got some people coming to your show on YouTube, which is great. I also have another show on Thursdays called The Live Stream of Consciousness,
9
where
o'clock.
I also 9 o'clock Eastern. I also, share my space with psychic mediums and Akashic records readers and channelers and musicians and actors and actresses and
You
all
have
of the
so
wonderful
many gifted
human
people.
beings that we have on the planet. That's the point of holding space and live stream of consciousness, is that we're all unique. We all have a we all have a story to share.
Yeah.
And it feels so good when we do. It feels
Yes.
so good when we do and connect. So thank you guys for being here. And I love when Helen says this. She says, every day is a live stream of consciousness for me. And it's true. The stream of consciousness, the flow, go with the flow. Thank you. Thank you. Cheyenne
love
is
you too,
also
Michelle.
marking it on her calendar. Wow, we did great tonight. I'm going to sleep like a baby. This is
Well,
awesome.
that's what's so wonderful, everybody. When you use your powers for good and you share it with others, it resonates with you. It's like it's in the
It
giving
really
we
does.
receive, and then we receive all that love and good energy and peace, and it's a beautiful thing.
It
So
is.
I'm so happy, Michael, that you and blessed that you allowed me to be sharing your space on your new program, and I'm just blessed to know you and Janice too. So lots of love. Thanks so much for having me on the show.
Thank you. Next week, I have an always the most amazing souls. I'm so blessed to know so many beautiful people. I have Alicia Munyan on the show, who is traveling the world, going to she just did the Mind Valley symposium in Dubai. So really good conversations. If you like that stuff, come back to Holding Space. Grace, thank you so much. I love you so much. Thanks for being here. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.